Jude has just been one of the most inspiring person for me on the program. She has such an innovative mind and just wants to create so much change, and is open to the change within our communities that we just really, really need. Everyone's really inspired me with their about me's, and it's great to see so many people out there that are willing to open up to one another and make a change as well. So everyone, you're all inspiring.
Well, first and foremost, that would have to be my fellow participants who have each inspired me individually. And two speakers in particular. First would be Uncle Rick Ronan, a proud Yorta Yorta man from my hometown Echuca, who was very generous in sharing his stories with us. And more recently, Gilbert from the village Well, who spoke with us in Newstead.
Although we have had some amazing, inspiring, important, incredible people that have presented to us over the course of the year, it has definitely been my fellow participants in the LMCLP that have inspired me the most. I feel incredibly lucky to have done the program with this group of people. They're wonderful, kind, amazing, and their stories are incredible.
On a personal level, it's been meeting my fellow participants in the program, learning about their lives, their backgrounds, what they do, their personalities, their beauty, their skills, and what fabulous people they are.
My biggest highlight of the program and why I love the small communities. Our day in Donald in the Bullock Shire. It was incredible to see the people in that community that are making a difference and trying something different with Sarah O'Brien and her mates program and her Women's Shoot Day. Rose Harris with her work towards within the Shire, but also outside of the Shire, trying to get a childcare centre.
Particularly what strikes me the most is the wonderful opportunity we've had to speak to our Aboriginal elders, our Aboriginal community, learn more about Australian history, which I had learnt a little bit about in my life, but not as much as I have this year.
Well, I think more so than a highlight of the program, I've had a bit of a light bulb moment, which was a realisation that as adults we all have life experiences that shape who we are, whether they're painful, challenging, momentous or otherwise, and we wear them like a backpack that we cannot or choose not to shed. So the process of our About Me's and the program in general was an incredible and enlightening experience where we were given a space to be vulnerable. It's such a rare opportunity to be exposed to one another's stories. It's a gift. So it's this process of hearing each other's stories that I've come to realise that the human race is extremely resilient. Despite our hardship, we still put ourselves in a position to give back to our communities. And hearing of others' stories allows us to feel empathy and compassion. These are the traits that are vital in dealing with the issues our communities face, and especially the people within them.
Another thing I've learnt is that Lara likes feathers. So here's your feather, Lara, just for you. Love you.
My biggest challenge is trying to hold my tongue. I seem to talk a lot and I don't know when to stop sometimes, or I say stuff before I think of it.
So some challenges I've faced this year, particularly the About Me's, putting together who I am, what's influenced my life, with leadership. It was a very daunting task. I'm very glad I did it. I'm glad I got over that challenge. It's made it a lot easier to talk about my life.
I think that after each program and program day, I just feel inspired about what we've heard from and who we've heard from, and as a result just wanting to pour my heart into the issues that those people and those organisations are tackling, and it's a balancing act. We can't do everything, and one thing that we did learn was that when we say yes, we also say no. So saying yes to some things means taking something else out of your life, and so I suppose a challenge for me is learning how to prioritise what to pour my efforts into.
I've absolutely grown over the past year doing the program, which has been noticeable not only to myself but to other people in my life. I believe I have a much better sense of self-awareness. I really try to think before I speak now. I've much more confidence to put my hand up to get involved in things. There are things that I'm now involved in that I just wouldn't have contemplated doing 12 months ago. And I now really believe in myself. I feel as though I actually have a valuable contribution to make, and that people actually want to listen to what I want to say. And that confidence has absolutely come from doing the LMCLP.
I think I'm beginning to understand who I am a little bit more, what my purpose is, and when to speak up and when not to speak up. I think there's a lot of power in actually staying silent.
Personally, an understanding that I need to spend more time developing friends, listening to friends, being part of friends' lives, being aware of who they are to help myself understand them. Everyone has a story behind them, and sometimes their behaviours are influenced by those stories, and that's what you need to find out and to work with as a leader.
I think probably just accepting myself as a leader, and also realising that leadership is not an individual pursuit. It's something that must be done as a team.
I'm trying not to think that far ahead into my future. I really just want my programs at work to be really successful, and have used a lot of what I've learned in the program to do that. I would love to do a little bit more outside of my sporting communities to really change that focus.
After finishing the LMCLP, I've got heaps of goals for myself. Some further study could be on the horizon. I definitely want to get involved in more work in the community. Now that I've started to do that, I really enjoy it. So I want to get involved with things that I actually have a passion for. I want to collaborate with some amazing people. I want my community project to be a really big success. I'm not 100% sure what the future holds, but I'm pretty excited by the possibilities, and none of it could have happened without the LMCLP, and I'm really grateful.